Hey guys, it's Maggie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are back with current favorites, as promised, and I have a lot of good stuff to share with you today, so without further ado, let's just hop on into this. I'm going to start this video off by talking about some Makeup Geek shadows. I actually purchased a ton of shadows from Makeup Geek a couple months ago now, and I showed them all on Snapchat, but I thought I'd share with you a couple of my faves today. I have the vast majority of them in this huge Makeup Forever palette. It's kind of like a Z palette knockoff. But I don't use these ones every day or anything. I usually just kind of pick and choose whichever ones I want to use and just like put them in my little smaller version. If you do want a whole video of me swatching each of the shadows that I purchased and like talking about them, let me know in the comments because I can definitely do that video for you because I'm very passionate about these. But let's talk about the little guys that are in here because they're my top ones right now. So first off, I have the shade Creme Brûlée. And this is actually a color that I wasn't sure I was going to purchase because I thought it'd be way too dark for my skin tone. It's actually just like a really nice warm tone matte brown and it blends absolutely beautifully. That's really one of the things that I'm super impressed with Makeup Geek is a ton of their shadows are super pigmented but also blend really well. And this being a matte, usually mattes are pretty dry, so this is amazing. I use this either in the crease or like in the outer V, and it just is a really nice everyday transition color, and yeah, I use it so much. I'm so happy I picked it up. Next we have White Lies, which is just a matte white color, and this is a pretty boring one, I know, but I actually don't have any other matte white colors in my collection, which is kind of strange. I've noticed I actually love using this as a brow bone highlight or even like all over the lid to kind of set my primer in place. And again, super soft, really easy to blend. You know, like, I don't know if it would be able, oh yeah, you can still see it. I didn't really know if it would just blend right into my skin or not gonna lie to you. I know it's super basic and you probably already have something like this, but for me, I was really impressed. The last matte shade that I want to share with you is Peach Smoothie. This is a recommendation from Jaclyn Hill. I know if you watch her, you've probably seen this like a billion times, but it's just a really nice matte, peachy, brown, neutral kind of color. I thought for my skin tone to be way too orange, but I actually love it as a transition. I actually have it on today. I'll have all my makeup that I'm wearing in the description box like usual, but I love this color. Now this one isn't quite as creamy as White Lies and Creme Brûlée, but that makes it even easier to use because I'm not as worried about it coming off like just straight orange, if you feel me. Yeah, though, it's still really blendable. I love it. Next up, we have the color Pocket Change. Now this, again, looks like a regular everyday bronze, you know, but it is so soft, super pigmented, and I just love it. Like, look at that color. Oh, it's just beautiful. I actually have that on the outer half of my lid today. It's really warm toned, and I just love this color. Next up, I have the color Magic Act. This is from the foiled collection. The foiled ones are like a completely different ball game. They are like a crazy formula. Very similar like what I would say like a pressed pigment is, you know? So hello, pigmentation, you know? Like, oh my gosh, crazy. Like at the point where like I probably put way too much on my arm right now. But that's okay. It's just right there. It's a beautiful metallic color. I love this all over the lid and it just blends really nicely. These do apply a little bit easier with your fingers and they kind of get the best color payoff, but I love this. The last one I'm going to mention today is the color Starry Eyed. It's also part of the foil collection. This is like a classic favorite color of mine. It's like a really beautiful champagne-y color with like a slight pinky undertone. Oh my gosh. This is so good as a inner corner highlight or again as all over the lid. It's very similar like a Steal Like Kitten kind of color. It just gives you that wow factor to your eyeshadow that I think is just really important in makeup looks. So I dig that one. Next up, I have this e.l.f. Aqua Primer Mist. Now this has had a lot of mixed reviews on YouTube. The main reason is the spray. Like, let me just demonstrate. It's intense, okay? Like, it is not playing games, but I actually really like that. Now, I only use this before makeup to kind of help refresh my skin because I think it would be a little too intense to use after. I could be wrong about that, but I haven't wanted to experiment to try it. But this is a really great mist just to hydrate my skin, give me a little wake up. Has it been helping my makeup stay on longer? I couldn't really tell you, but I really like the way it feels, and also with other products that I've been using recently, just works really well just to kind of keep things hydrated, and yeah. I dig it. Next up, I have a kind of skincare slash primer favorite, and that is the Josie Maran 100% Pure Argan Oil Light. Now, I've had this bottle for probably way too long. Dana gave me this 3 years ago. Yeah, I think so. But I love it. Recently, I've been using this every single night as a serum product, just underneath like my, moisturizer, all that kind of stuff. What I love about it is it gives my skin a really great glow. It really hydrates it, but it doesn't feel super thick on my skin because it is a lighter version of argan oil. And I've also been using it as a primer for my next favorite. This is the Tarte Rainforest The Sea Foundation. I have the shade Fair Neutral. I actually picked this up on Black Friday for like $15 on the Tarte website, if you can believe that, but I really like this. Now, the only thing I have to say about it is if you have dry skin in any way, it will cling to the dry patches, and that kind of drives me insane because when I saw water foundation, I thought it would be a little more hydrating. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Now, I do love the way it looks. Like, I have it on today, and I just love, it makes my skin look really nice. Not 100% perfect, but it covers enough of my imperfections, like discoloration and everything, to give my skin just like a nice, healthy look. But I always have to use an oil like this one underneath, or else it will kind of cling to the dry patches. So these two together have been a beautiful, beautiful combo. Next, I have a lip product. That's actually exactly what I'm wearing on my lips right now. This is the e.l.f. Shade Adjusting Balm in the color Perfect Peach. This is such a pretty color. I love this. I love the formula. Oh, so just looks like a regular lipstick, right? But what it does is it just gives you a really nice shine, and the color adjusts with the heat, or like pH. I say heat because that's probably what it really is, of your lips to give you like your perfect kind of peachy coral. I'm not sure if it's gonna pick it up on camera, but it has like a slight oily base to it. So when you first apply it, it feels really hydrating and really thin on the lips. Doesn't feel uncomfortable, doesn't like dry down to be like a super crusty, gross stain, It still leaves a really beautiful stain, but it just feels like you don't have anything on your lips. So I like that a lot. Next up, I have a blush from this Becca blush palette that I purchased at the holidays. The color that I've been loving is Songbird, which is the middle shade right here. It is just a beautiful burnt orangey, peachy kind of color, and it's gorgeous. Now, these are super, super pigmented, so you have to be very careful with your brush, but it just is really beautiful. It gives you like a soft, luminous look, and this color has just been really standing out to me. Next, I have the NYX Gotcha Covered Concealer. This is such a good concealer. I have it in the shade Ivory. This is supposed to be a waterproof, full coverage concealer. Have I tried to be waterproof? Honestly, no. Maybe sometime in the future I'll do a video on that. Let me know, but I dig this. I haven't used it under my eyes yet. I will try that at some point, but for right now, I've just been loving it on blemishes because it stays in place and it covers, and it is so good. Also really great to clean up under your brows. I'm a huge fan. Next up, I have the Body Shop Matte Lip Liquid in the shade Nairobi Camellia. Now, this is such a beautiful color, you guys. It's the Body Shop's version of a liquid lipstick, and I'm just gonna let you know right now, I'm really into it. It is just that like perfect mauve-y, neutral color, and it's so, so pretty. I wear this at work so much. The formula is very similar to the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams, and it's quite like a whipped consistency, but the difference is this actually lasts quite a long time on my lips. It doesn't dry down completely like, say, the Kat Von D or the Anastasia ones do, where they're pretty much like sucking all moisture and life out of your lips. You feel me? So I really love this. Next up, I have the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette. I love this, you guys. I'm such a late obsessor on this palette. I got it for Christmas, and for some reason, I kind of just put it on the back burner, but I love it. It is so, so pretty. And there's so many great transition shades, like outer corner shades. I'm not gonna lie to you, like I've been using a lot more like the top row so far and then just a couple of the bottom ones, but they're really nice, very blendable. I love this palette. It's so good. Up next, I have the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. This is another, of course, spray favorite I have. This one I use after my makeup, and I just find that it really refreshes my skin. It really gives it a dewy glow. I did use it today on top of my makeup. It really helps to take down the powders a little bit without removing your makeup. Only thing I would say about this is you kind of, I would say limit yourself to like 2 spritzes at the most, because I did way too much the other day and it literally kind of felt sticky on my skin and I was like, this is kind of weird, what's going on? But just using like a spray or 2 of this on top of like my powders and everything, I really like it. And I kind of have to say, I still kind of prefer this to any high-end ones that I've ever tried before, so yes. Next, I have the Tarte Rainforest Aqua Concealer. This is such a beautiful concealer, you guys. I love the applicator. Like, it's quite a large doe foot. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's a super thin formula. It blends beautifully on the skin. It just gives you, I would say, like a light to medium coverage, which I know probably isn't enough for everybody, but on days like today, I just felt like, hey, I just want to like brighten up a little. I don't want it to feel super thick and cakey, and I really like it. It's also a great like all over the face kind of like highlighting concealer. This one I will for sure be repurchasing, and yeah, I'm a huge fan. Next, I have this Bite Beauty Line Define Lip Primer. This is just basically a clear lipstick or lip crayon that you apply before any kind of lipstick or anything, and it just helps to smooth out your lips, kind of almost mattify them a little bit. So when you apply your lipstick on top, it stays in place a lot longer. I'm a huge fan of this. I didn't really know if it did its job until I started wearing it at work, and I saw a massive difference. Up next, I have the Too Faced Love Flush Blush Palette. Now, I know you can't buy this palette exactly anymore, which is really sad, but you can buy these shades separately, and I am such a huge fan of this blush formula. You have no idea. It might be my favorite blush formula that I've ever tried. What I love about it is it's kind of, again, more of a satin finish, kind of similar to the Becca ones, but these also blend really nicely as well, and the colors are beautiful, but what I find is you can definitely build them up. They're not like as much like the Becca ones. I still love them so much, but the littlest amount of color is all you need. These ones, I would say, take a couple of layers to kind of get them really, really intense, but they're great for those days when you apply maybe a little too much eyeshadow and you're like, okay, I need a little color in my cheeks, but like I don't want things to contrast too much. Just gives you a nice flush without looking like you just put like gold shimmer or like bright coral or something on your cheeks, you know? And yeah, I just love these. My favorite shades would probably have to be Baby Love, kind of just mauve-y color, really natural looking. And I also love I Will Always Love You, which is the corally color. Oh, this one has a beautiful glow to it as well. They're just really, really pretty colors, and I also have been loving the color Your Love Is King. It's definitely more of a berry, so, you know, like I'm very light-handed with it, but I really like these colors, and I love mixing them all together as well. So if you haven't tried this formula, I definitely recommend it. Next, I have a highlighter favorite, and I actually don't have that many highlighter favorites to share with you today. This is the only one that I feel like has really stood out to me in the last couple of days, and that is the NYX Duochromatic Illuminating Powder in the shade Snow Rose. I was actually wearing this color in my last video, and while I was editing it, I was like, dang, I love that glow. It looks just like a white color, but when you apply it, it has a pink duochrome effect to it. You can kind of see it right there. Oh my gosh, I'm so into this. It's very similar to the NYX Illuminators in how it's almost like a creamy, powdery formula. So there's a little bit of kickback on it and stuff like that, but I don't even care. I love this color so much. Next, I have 2 of the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. I love these. Again, I'm really into that moussey formula of liquid lipstick right now. The 2 colors I have are Stockholm and Istanbul. Stockholm is like that typical peachy nude, and I just love it. It's gorgeous with a warm makeup look. I'm really into this one. And then Istanbul is a little more of like a baby pink kind of color. From back, they look a little too similar, but up close, they are different. But yeah, I love how lightweight they feel, and they also don't dry my lips out completely, which I love. As I've been saying this entire video, I'm a huge fan. My last makeup favorite is the Maybelline Master Conceal. I have the shade Fair. This is such a good high coverage under eye concealer. It blends really nicely, but it covers the dark circles really well. And this is a really great concealer on those days that I just feel like I need a little extra something something. This is so good, you guys, so good. Going into skincare favorites, the first one is the Drops of Youth Liquid Peel from The Body Shop. A liquid peel is something that I'd never heard of before I, got this one. How these work: comes out like a gel. Then you massage it into your skin. And as you do that, it starts picking up all the dead skin cells. Now, I don't know if it's gonna show up on camera the same way. I can already feel it doing it. This is a little crazy. Do you see that? That is all my dead skin. It's a little disgusting, but like super cool. It actually uses 3 different types of plant stem cells, and what those help to do is resurface your skin. Your skin resurfaces every 28 days, and basically what this does is it helps to do that a little bit faster. So taking all those dead skin cells off the surface to make room for the new, fresh, like plump ones to take their place. It has made such a difference in my skin. I used it last night, and I love how like radiant it made my skin. It also really smooths everything out. When I first started learning about the Drops of Youth line, I didn't really know if it was really for me because I'm only 19. I'm like, maybe a little down the line. But I tried this out and was like, whoa, that is crazy. Let me just show you the difference between my hands. I mean, that's not just me, right? Like, look how much brighter and like, just like smoother this hand looks. Is that crazy? I don't even know. It's amazing. I got my mom hooked on this. I already bought it for her for Mother's Day. My next thing I again have been raving about on Snapchat, probably a little too much. These are the Peter Thomas Roth Cucumber Detox Hydrogel Eye Patches. These I heard about from Alana Davison, and I actually purchased these in the Sephora sale. I have always wanted to use under eye patches, but I never knew what brand to buy. But these are one of like the best deal when it comes to eye patches. You actually get 30 pairs. Comes with a little spatula here, and then you have your little green eye patches. It's kind of hard to see them separated because they're all together, but you can kind of see it like that. What I do is I just take this out, take the little spoon. It's like a little gelato spoon. Of course, I'm relating everything to food. And then you just place them under your eyes. They say like 10 to 15 minutes. I just leave them on until I feel like the serum is like starting to dry, and they just really help to depuff, also to moisturize too, and they also just make me feel a lot more alive, which is just something that I really like, I love them so much. The last thing I have is probably like a super bougie item to you guys, but this is also from The Body Shop. It's the Twin Ball Revitalizing Facial Massager. And when I first learned about this, I was like, does that actually work? And actually, I don't know what's up with if it's just me, but like this is really cool. It's just basically one of these like little kind of cooling metal, like massaging things for your face. How they recommend you do this is like kind of doing it like upward motion. So whenever I wake up in the morning, I just kind of massage it upwards like this, and like along my jaw, and like sometimes on my neck, and like upwards my forehead. And I didn't really get it to be like anti-aging and like tightening and everything, even though that would still be nice. I actually mainly got it because I've been experiencing a lot of puffiness in the morning when I wake up, and I don't know what exactly it's from, but this really helps. And what I usually do, I put these on under my eyes, depuff there, then I just go through and like massage, or maybe I do this first and then the eye patches. Just depends on the mood I'm in, but I am obsessed with this thing. I know it's like super like bougie or like extra, but I really, really like this. Oh my gosh, that's everything. Okay, so those are all the products I've been loving currently. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments what your favorites have been, because you guys know I'm a huge fan of shopping. But yeah, all these products are listed in the description box. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!